This is a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements for the month of September. We're going to go ahead and dive right on in here for you, Gemini. Any information you need, you can find it in the description box down below, Gemini. Let's go ahead and begin here. This is for September. General energies in September for Gemini. Okay, let's get some more out here for you, Gemini. For those of you who are looking for a time frame that, you know, something that covers the current time frame from my channel, I did do a next 72 hours reading that should cover up until Thursday, August 28th at 11 p.m. So there is a next 72 hours reading for each sign on the channel. If you've not seen that yet, it's covering the current time frame. Let's see what we have here. What else do we have for Gemini? You got 3 major arcana out here. Now 4. Okay. 5 major arcana, 6. Wow, Gemini. So the death card is on the bottom of the deck, right? Immediately, you know, with what I'm seeing here, the first 3 cards that came out, I immediately felt like there's some sort of karmic clearing happening here. We'll get some clarification on everything. The sun is on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is a good thing. I'll let you know that. I feel like this is a good thing. And you got a lot of Leo energy in your pre-shuffle, so I'm wondering if for some of you, you could be connected to a Leo, or you might have some Leo in your chart, but you know, when it comes to the sun card, it is Leo energy. So I do feel like, you know, that is going to be significant to you right now for some reason. But I will say too, the sun is happiness, high vibrations, joy, new beginnings. And honestly, it kind of connects here with what I'm seeing as your overall energy, because if you look in the background here of the death card, if it'll focus for us, let's see here. Let's bring it in and take it back a little bit. You guys see the sun right here in the background? Okay. So the sun is on, you know, is rising back there, and then we get the sun on the bottom of the deck. So it's just really interesting to me. Wow, we went dark there for a second, huh? Because I feel like something's closing out. You know, karma is clearing here. A karmic cycle seems to be closing for sure. And honestly, Wheel of Fortune showing up here. Let me just... This is just so much happening, you guys. You have Judgment showing up. So I feel more like, you know, because this can represent an awakening, but I feel more like for you all, based on what's showing up around it, there's sort of almost like this call to action. So while yes, I feel like there's an awakening happening here, I feel like you're being pushed to make a decision in the month of September that's going to balance things out in your life in an area that has been kind of chaotic. You know, there's been you've been pulled in too many different directions basically, and I feel like you're being asked to make a decision, you know, or you're being pushed to make a decision. There's something going on there. Someone in your energy could be being pushed to make a decision as well. You actually have quite a bit of Scorpio energy here with the death card, Judgment, Wheel of Fortune is fixed, so Scorpio energies in that too. We have Libra showing up twice. We have Taurus showing up twice. Technically 3 times for Taurus with the Wheel of Fortune. And we got Gemini and Leo. Now, listen, when it comes to justice, this is another reason I feel like there is a karmic clearing happening here. But basically, I feel like fate is calling in September. Wheel of Fortune is a card of fate. It's also growth, expansion, good luck, good fortune. I feel like there's something here that's pulling you in, and it's really, really powerful, Gemini, in the month of September. And I'm glad that I kicked the readings off with yours, because, man, I don't know how anything's going to top this, though. You have the Empress showing up here. This is growth, it's fertility, it's abundance, it's Taurus and Libra energy. So you might have one of those signs in your chart, or you could be connecting with one of those signs. But then you have the Knight of Swords, so I am kind of curious about this one, because sometimes this can be somebody who is running off at the mouth. This can be somebody who is saying a lot before they're really thinking about it. I almost feel like somebody could be slipping up here with this one. We'll see what's happening. Oh, see, now listen, the way that these are facing one another, she's not really facing Knight of Swords, let's be real, but Knight of Swords is coming after her. Gemini, I feel like you are in this energy where you are growing, you're glowing, and something about that is triggering people. Like, I feel like there's someone here who's coming out, like they're just either questioning you, or they could be in an energy where they're feeling like, you know, your growth is a personal attack on them. There's something odd going on there with that energy. But then you have the Hierophant, which is another Taurus card, but this is rules, it's structure, it's, you know, tradition. I almost feel like your fate is being rewritten here with this one, right? Because it can talk about the way that things have always been done. And it's showing up right underneath the Wheel of Fortune, which is a card of change. So yeah, I feel like fate is calling to you in September to change something here. And I feel like that's exactly what you're going to do. Let's figure out what's going on here. I also feel that for some, there could be a person returning. Hierophant, Justice. I wonder if you were married to this person or if you had some sort of legal obligation to them or them to you. You know, I feel like there were ties here. I feel like there could have been, you know, some sort of legal ties. Something coming back up with that. What's going on here for Gemini with Judgment? Okay. Justice. Wow. Wow. Okay. Temperance on the bottom of the deck. So before I get into this craziness right here, Gemini, I want to let you know I feel like there is resolution here, okay? So let's just get that out of the way. There is resolution. However, under Judgment, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This was what's clarifying Judgment. So this call to action seems to be around your finances for some of you or your home, okay? I feel strongly like there's a change of routine here. There's been some sort of chaos with what you're doing or your work schedule or something like that. I feel like, you know, it's having to be stabilized here. But I also feel like fate is calling in a different way as well. You're being called to draw a line with someone here. It could be an Aries or an Aquarius. You've got a lot of different signs out here, but you know, I feel like you are being called to draw a line with a person here. The Emperor is showing up to clarify justice. So this is sort of like if you're not going to, if it's going to be made right by you, and if it's not, it's going to be made right by me. That's the energy that you're in here, is just really taking up for yourself, taking yourself seriously in situations where someone was not, okay? I also feel like there is strong potential for some of you to align with a counterpart here, because you have the Emperor and Empress out on the board, but I also feel like there is a return. There is a return happening here. Something's coming back up. King of Swords is on the bottom, or not on the bottom, but is clarifying the Wheel of Fortune here. So I do feel like somebody's trying to express a truth to you, and that's part of fate calling. Part of fate calling you in September, Gemini, is for this karma to clear, right? So I feel like it's about a conversation happening, some honesty being exchanged here. I feel like this is a genuine breakthrough within a situation that's been very heavy. It's felt unfinished for quite some time. So I do feel like that's going to be cleared up here. There is a breakthrough. Underneath the Empress, it's interesting. You have the Two of Swords. I feel like somebody's upset that they can't access, you know, certain benefits of your growth. You know, I feel like a lot of you have made leaps and bounds, and I feel like there's been a lot of abundance here, and there's somebody who feels like they deserve part of that. So that feels really odd to me. I don't like how it's coming through, but this Two of Swords seems to be you drawing that line, you know, arms crossed over the heart space. And it's not even just about the heart space. It's about protecting, you know, everything that you've built, right? It's not just about love. It's about people coming for what's yours and coming for your growth. And it's craziness, right? It's craziness. So yeah, that Two of Swords, I do feel is you drawing lines with folks, because Knight of Swords was coming right at that Empress. Whether you're male or female, it does not matter. Page of Pentacles underneath the Knight of Swords. Somebody's been waiting on a message from you. I feel like there's some sort of like they're taking offense to the fact that they've not heard from you. This could be another Gemini. It might be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But, you know, sometimes Page of Pentacles can represent news about work, money, or business. So there could be a person who feels like you should have said, hey, do you want this money by now? You know, do you want this, you know, thing that I worked really hard for? There's a really entitled energy around you here. I'm not caring for it, I got to say. But, you know, for some of you, this could be a person that you're just in no contact with, and they're feeling like you should have contacted them by now. And they're getting upset. They're getting impatient because they're watching you pour into yourself and not into them. Now, underneath that Hierophant, you have the Three of Cups. This can be a reunion with a person that you're wanting to have long-term commitment with. I just got this too. I just got this message here as well, Gemini, that, you know, it's feeling to me, because the Hierophant is a higher level of commitment, it often does show up in situations where marriage is being discussed. You know, Three of Cups can be community, socializing, hello, right? So I feel like for some of you, if you are getting serious with a person, I feel like the feeling is mutual. You know, the energy coming through here makes me feel like there could be a talk about marriage, you know, building something more sustainable long-term, I guess you could say, Gemini. But that's what I'm seeing here for you. I do have personals open right now, Gemini. It is a 3-question video reading. It's $25.25. It's a great deal. You get it within 48 hours. This is going to close out on August 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So details are down below. Get it while you can. But Gemini, if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And hopefully I will see you next time. Y'all take care.